Welcome to this week's edition of Inside Warhawk Football on UWW-TV. I'm Andrew Mindham. With me, as usual, is Coach Leipold. Congratulations, Coach, on Saturday's comeback win over Linfield College, 28-17. Now, your team had to do something on Saturday for the first time this season, and that was come back from a huge, deficit. What does that tell you about this year's team?
Well, I think in this game, especially, we had our backs to the wall there early in that second quarter, but the thing that I've been saying all along, really, since that game's been over, is how proud I am of our players and our assistant coaches. Even when we came off the field and it's 17-0, and our backs were to the wall, not much was going our way, but it shows the leadership that we have from our senior group, the confidence that is within the program amongst the players themselves, and there wasn't a sense of panic, and there was a lot of game left, and they fought their way back and came out with the victory.
How big was it for the defense to hold Linfield to 17 points in 4 trips inside the red zone, and 3 of them were inside the 10-yard line?
Yeah, it's huge. It was a matter of, and then really from that time of about 13 minutes left in the second quarter all the way through the rest of the game to play shutout football really showed that we settled down, started getting a feel what was going to happen, and to really play shutout football from that point was really outstanding.
Were there any defensive strategies made in game, maybe in the second quarter, that led to the Linfield being shut out the rest of the game?
Well, there were a couple of things that we just adjusted up front a little bit of how we had to feel, how they were going to play, and doing some things, kind of a tweak in the adjustment was probably the biggest thing. And then we kind of just settled down and went back to some basic things of what the scheme's been about all year. And again, credit Brian Borland, Kevin Bullis, and our guys on defense for doing a great job.
Yeah, the reverse side of the ball, the offense started out a little slower than in past weeks against Linfield on Saturday. Was there anything that Linfield's defense was doing that maybe started the offense out a little slower than usual?
Well, not really. I mean, that's one thing you're going to find in playoff football when the competition gets to this point. It's not going to be as explosive as maybe it is in some other games. We fumbled the kick, so we didn't get the ball. Our first possession was inside the 1-yard line, and we did get it out there a little bit closer to 30, 40-yard line before we punted. And it's going to be a nip and tuck a little bit there, but again, we stuck with the game plan. We were going to take our shots downfield, try to get some long downfield throws, and Matt made some throws, and Jay Kumro, Tyler Huber came up with some big catches. Yeah,
Mac Barrett ended up having 4 touchdown passes, 3 to Jay Kumro. Moving to this next Saturday, the team travels to Texas for the first time in a month that they're on the road against Mary Hardin-Baylor. How does the long travel affect your preparations for the week? Because it's got to be a short week since you have to head all the way to Texas.
Well, yeah, it's a unique week. Obviously, we're approaching finals, and there's a lot of different things. The weather's really gotten cold and snow now, and so we're going to practice inside the Catchell Fieldhouse one day. We're going to try to get to Madison to use the McLean Center there at the University of Wisconsin, and then we're going to leave Thursday night. So it is an adjustment. There's a lot of things that has to be done in a short period of time in planning a trip like this, but we have a little experience at it. Our players have traveled well, and they kind of embrace the new things. Once we get down there, we can kind of be isolated, so to speak, in a hotel, and that our players have done well with that, and I look forward to an exciting game.
This Mary Hardin-Baylor team has turned the ball over 27 times this year. Your team's like plus 30 on the turnover differential ratio. Are turnovers going to be the deciding factor in this week's game?
Well, I think a lot of things are usually at this game. It's going to be, special teams. We probably lost a special teams battle last week a little bit in some areas, but turnovers, special teams, and preventing big plays and then creating some of those are kind of the keys to a lot of ball games. But again, when you get this close, usually turnovers do play a big part.
And our last question, are you excited to get out of the cold?
Absolutely. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. It's been, but really Saturday's game, just real quickly, is I thought the St. Norbert's game, and our players did too, because of the wind, was actually colder than Saturday's game. But I wish our fans were able to get there on it, but it's tough on a short week, and that's probably the disappointing thing about going on the road. But it looks like we'll have decent weather, and I know our players will enjoy that.
Well, good luck Saturday, Coach, at Mary Hardin-Baylor. This has been Inside Warhawk Football on UWW-TV with Coach Leipold, and I'm Andrew Mindham.